When the internet was first created by we physicists, it was male, it was hierarchical, it was to dominate over the Soviet Union.
The world changed in a way we never saw coming, not with a bang, but with a whisper, a faint hum of light pulsing through fiber optic cables, carrying secrets that no one can steal. Imagine a network so secure that even trying to peek at its data would cause it to vanish, like a ghost slipping through your fingers. This isn't the stuff of dreams or science fiction novels. It's happening right now in cities like Berlin and New York, where the quantum internet has flickered to life, defying everything we thought we knew about communication. Years ago, a physicist named Michio Kaku warned us this moment was coming. He stood on stages, his voice urgent, his eyes alight with the weight of what he saw on the horizon, a quantum revolution that would render our current internet a clunky, vulnerable relic, utterly obsolete. He wasn't just theorizing, he was sounding an alarm, and now that alarm is ringing louder than ever, because the quantum internet isn't just a possibility anymore. It's here, and it's rewriting the rules of everything. Picture Berlin at dusk, its streets alive with the hum of a city that never sleeps. Beneath the pavement, through 30 kilometers of ordinary fiber optic cables, something extraordinary is happening. Deutsche Telekom, alongside a scrappy quantum startup called Kunkt, has done what was once thought impossible. For 17 days straight, they maintained a quantum connection so pure, so unbreakable, that it achieved 99% fidelity. This wasn't a network protected by firewalls or clever algorithms. No, this was something deeper, something woven into the fabric of the universe itself. They used particles of light, entangled photons, that self-destruct the moment someone tries to spy on them. It's as if the laws of physics themselves are standing guard, ensuring no one can listen in without being caught. You can't hack it. You can't intercept it. You can't even glance at it without the whole system screaming, "Intruder!" This is the quantum internet, and it's not just a prototype in a lab. It's running in the real world right now, in the heart of a bustling city. But Berlin is just the beginning. Across the Atlantic, in the concrete jungle of New York City, another quantum network is pulsing. Connex's Gotham Q network stretches 34 kilometers through standard telecom cables, transmitting 500,000 entangled photon pairs every second. Each pair is a tiny, unbreakable bond, a secret handshake that no one can mimic. With an uptime of 99.84%, this network isn't just reliable. It's a glimpse into a future where secrets stay secret, no matter who's trying to pry. And then there's China, taking this quantum leap to a whole new level. Their Michio satellite orbiting high above the Earth has already proven that quantum communication can span continents. It's not just a network, it's a global web of untappable connections, a system that could link cities, countries, even entire hemispheres in a way that no hacker, no government, no supercomputer could ever crack. These aren't experiments anymore. These are living, breathing networks carrying data that no one can touch. The story of how we got here begins not with a grand invention, but with a Cold War fear. Back when the internet was born, it wasn't about cat videos or online shopping. It was a weapon, forged by physicists and funded by the Pentagon to outmaneuver the Soviet Union in a nuclear standoff. The goal was simple: create a network that could survive anything, even the end of the world. That's why the internet was hierarchical, male, designed to dominate, but it was never truly secure. Every email, every bank transaction, every classified file was built on encryption that could, in theory, be broken. Fast forward to today, and the quantum internet flips that script entirely. It's not about dominating an enemy, it's about making domination impossible. It's about creating a system where the very act of trying to spy destroys the data you're after. It's a paradox, a beautiful, infuriating paradox, and it's why Michio Kaku's warning from years ago feels so chilling now. He saw this coming. He knew the quantum era would change the game, and he was right. What makes this so breathtaking and so terrifying is what it means for the world we live in. Every day we pour our lives into the internet. Our bank accounts, our medical records, our deepest secrets. We trust that encryption, those complex mathematical locks, will keep them safe. But quantum computers, which are no longer a distant dream but a looming reality, could tear through that encryption like a hot knife through butter. Kaku warned us about this at a conference in 2012, his voice cutting through the crowd like a prophet in a suit. He said that by 2020, the quantum era would begin to reshape our digital world. He wasn't off by much. In his book, Quantum Supremacy, published in 2023, he doubled down, painting a picture of a world where quantum computers could crack every code we rely on, leaving our digital lives exposed. Banks, governments, militaries, everything we build online could become an open book to whoever masters this technology first. And now with quantum networks already running in major cities, that race is on. Imagine the stakes. Picture a world where the secrets of nations, the wealth of corporations, the privacy of individuals all hang in the balance. In Berlin, Deutsche Telekom's test wasn't just a technical triumph. It was a signal that the future is here. In New York, ConX's Gotham Q network isn't just a cool experiment. It's a blueprint for how we'll communicate in a post-encryption world. And in China, those quantum satellites aren't just scientific marvels. They're strategic moves in a global chess game. Whoever controls the quantum internet first doesn't just get a faster network. They get the keys to a new kind of power, one that could lock out their rivals while leaving their own secrets untouchable. It's a winner-takes-all race, and the finish line is closer than we think. But there's something else. Something that tugs at the heart as much as it challenges the mind. This quantum revolution isn't just about technology. It's about trust. It's about the fragile belief that our secrets, our stories, our lives can be safe in a world where everything is connected. When Kaku first spoke of the quantum internet, he wasn't just talking about photons and fiber cables. He was talking about a shift in what it means to be secure, to be private, to be human in a digital age. The quantum internet promises a kind of safety we've never known, a system where the laws of nature, not human ingenuity, guard our most precious data. But it also raises a question that lingers like a shadow. What happens when this power falls into the wrong hands? What happens when the unhackable becomes a tool for control? As these networks grow, from city streets to orbiting satellites, they're not just connecting us. They're forcing us to confront who we trust and what we're willing to risk in a world where nothing stays hidden forever. The quantum internet isn't just a marvel of science. It's a ticking clock, counting down to a moment when everything we know about security crumbles. Michio Kaku saw it coming, his voice steady but urgent, like a lighthouse keeper warning of a storm. In 2012, at a tech conference, he stood before a crowd and spoke of a quantum era that would upend our digital world. By 2020, he said, the limits of our silicon-based systems would be exposed, and quantum technology would rush in to fill the void. He wasn't just guessing. His 2023 book, Quantum Supremacy, laid it bare. Quantum computers, with their ability to solve problems in seconds that would take today's machines millennia, are on the verge of cracking the encryption that holds our digital lives together. That moment isn't coming. It's here. And as quantum networks light up cities and skies, the race to control this power is no longer a quiet academic pursuit. It's a global sprint with stakes that could reshape economies, governments, and the very idea of privacy. In New York, the Gotham Q network hums beneath the city's chaos, a silent revolution weaving through 34 kilometers of fiber. 500,000 entangled photon pairs zip through it every second, each one a tiny fortress of security, impossible to breach without detection. This isn't a lab experiment, it's a working system, protecting data with the unyielding laws of quantum physics. Across the ocean, Berlin's 17-day quantum test wasn't a one-off stunt. It was a proof of concept, a signal that Deutsche Telekom and its partners are ready to scale this technology to entire cities. And in China, the ambition is even grander. Their Michio satellite, launched years ago, has already linked continents with quantum signals, untouchable by any hacker. By 2022, their Jinan-1 satellite joined the fray, and a third is set to launch by 2026, knitting together a global network that could make traditional hacking obsolete. These aren't dreams of the future. They're real, operational, and growing fast. But what does it mean when the unbreakable becomes real? It's not just about safer emails or bank accounts. It's about a world where the old internet, with its fragile locks, becomes a liability. Every major institution, banks, governments, hospitals, relies on encryption like RSA and ECC, the mathematical shields that guard our data. Quantum computers, with their eerie ability to process problems at unimaginable speeds, could shatter those shields. Kaku warned of this at an AT&T keynote in 2023, his words sharp with urgency. The first to master quantum technology could dominate not just markets, but the global stage. Already we see the proof. JP Morgan Chase, a financial titan, now sends its most sensitive data through quantum key distribution networks, зрение, связывающих центры данных с безопасностью, которую классическая система не может сравниться. The U.S. Department of Energy has gone further, connecting national labs through the Chicago Quantum Exchange, a 52-mile quantum testbed that's not just a prototype but a foundation for a nationwide quantum backbone. This isn't just about technology, it's about power. China has poured over $15 billion into its quantum infrastructure, building a 12,000-kilometer fiber network and satellites that beam unhackable signals across the globe. It's a strategic play, not just for secure communication, but for the ability to crack everyone else's codes while keeping their own secrets locked tight. The U.S. is racing to catch up, with the National Quantum Initiative laying out a blueprint to link all 17 of its national labs in a quantum network. Europe, too, is in the game, with Germany and France moving beyond experiments to citywide quantum systems. Deutsche Telekom's success in Berlin is just the start. Soon, quantum networks will tie together government buildings, banks, and critical infrastructure across the continent. This isn't a slow evolution, it's a tidal wave, and it's already crashing over us. The human cost of this shift is what keeps me up at night. We've built our lives on the internet, trusting it with our money, our health, our deepest thoughts. But that trust is fragile, held together by codes that quantum computers could unravel in moments. Imagine a world where every encrypted email you've ever sent, every online purchase, every classified government file is suddenly an open book. Cybersecurity experts call it store now, decrypt later. A chilling strategy where adversaries collect encrypted data today, waiting for the quantum tools to unlock it tomorrow. China's already shown it's possible, with labs using D-Wave quantum machines to crack parts of the advanced encryption standard. The threat is real, and it's not just about losing money or secrets. It's about losing control. Control over our privacy, our security, our very sense of safety in a connected world. Yet in this looming shadow, there's a glimmer of hope. The same quantum principles that threaten our current systems offer a way out. Quantum key distribution, or QKD, is the answer, a technology that doesn't rely on mathematical complexity, but on the unyielding rules of physics. When two parties exchange quantum keys, any attempt to intercept them disrupts their delicate quantum state, instantly alerting both sides. It's not just secure, it's theoretically unhackable. Banks like JP Morgan are already using QKD to protect their data. Telecom giants across the US, Europe, and China are rolling it out, not as a trial, but as a cornerstone of their networks. These systems are live, protecting high-value communications today, from financial transactions to military secrets. It's a strange duality. Quantum technology is both the sword that could cut through our defenses and the shield that could make us invincible. This is where the story gets personal. It's not just about banks or governments, it's about you and me. Every time we log into our accounts, share a photo, or send a message, we're betting on a system that's starting to show its cracks. The quantum internet promises a future where those cracks are sealed, where our digital lives are guarded by the universe itself. But it also forces us to ask, who gets to wield this power? The nation or company that masters it first could hold an unprecedented edge, not just in technology, but in influence, wealth, and control. Kaku called it a winner-takes-all race, and he wasn't exaggerating. As these networks grow, from city grids to global satellite systems, they're not just changing how we communicate. They're changing who holds the keys to our world and what they might do with them. The quantum internet is no longer a whisper of possibility. It's a roar, shaking the foundations of our digital world. As I stand here, imagining the invisible streams of entangled photons coursing through cities and skies, I can't help but feel a mix of awe and unease. This isn't just a technological leap, it's a geopolitical chessboard where every move could tip the balance of power for generations. Michio Kaku's warning, once a distant echo from a 2012 conference stage, now feels like a prophecy fulfilled. He spoke of a quantum era that would rewrite the rules of security, and today we're living it. From Berlin's bustling streets to China's orbiting satellites, quantum networks are no longer experiments. They're the scaffolding of a new digital age. But with this power comes a question that gnaws at the heart. Who will control this unhackable future, and what will they do with it? The race is on, and it's not just about technology, it's about survival. China has surged ahead, investing $15 billion in a quantum empire that spans 12,000 kilometers of fiber and a constellation of satellites. Their Michio satellite proved quantum communication could cross continents. Jinan-1, launched in 2022, pushed it further, and by 2026, a third satellite will tighten their grip on a global quantum network. This isn't just about secure emails. It's about a nation building a fortress of communication that no one can breach, while potentially unlocking everyone else's secrets. The U.S. is scrambling to keep pace with the National Quantum Initiative, mapping out a quantum internet backbone linking all 17 national laboratories. The Chicago Quantum Exchange, a 52-mile testbed, is already connecting researchers and labs, laying the groundwork for a national network. Europe, too, is forging its path, with Germany and France rolling out citywide quantum systems to protect banks, governments, and critical infrastructure. This isn't a friendly competition. It's a new kind of Cold War, where the prize is control over the flow of information itself. What makes this race so gripping, so human, is the stakes. Our entire digital world, banking, healthcare, national defense, rests on encryption that quantum computers could shatter. Cybersecurity experts call it the encryption meltdown, a moment when everything we've trusted online becomes vulnerable. The threat is so real that intelligence agencies worldwide are hoarding encrypted data, waiting for quantum machines to crack it open. China's already shown it's possible, using D-Wave systems to break pieces of our best encryption standards. But the quantum internet offers a lifeline. Quantum key distribution, or QKD, a system where security isn't built on math, but on the untouchable laws of physics. Try to intercept a quantum key, and its state collapses, exposing the intruder instantly. Banks like JP Morgan are already using QKD to shield their data. Telecom giants in the US, Europe, and China are deploying it to protect high-stakes communications. These aren't prototypes. They're the future, running today. Yet this future isn't just about safety, it's about power. Whoever masters the quantum internet first doesn't just get secure communication, they get a strategic edge that could reshape the world. Imagine a nation that can protect its secrets while cracking everyone else's, or a corporation that can safeguard its wealth while exposing its rivals. Kaku called it a winner-takes-all race, and he wasn't wrong. The U.S. has tightened export controls on quantum tech, treating it like a national security asset. Europe's Quantum Internet Alliance is pouring funds into multi-city networks, determined not to be left behind. China's ambitions are clear, a global quantum network that gives them unmatched influence. This isn't just about who communicates fastest. It's about who controls the arteries of our digital civilization, who decides what stays hidden and what gets exposed. As I think about this, I can't shake the feeling of standing at a crossroads. The quantum internet is a marvel, a testament to human ingenuity, harnessing the strange, beautiful rules of the universe to protect our lives. But it's also a mirror, reflecting our deepest fears and ambitions. Will this technology bring us closer, creating a world where trust is unbreakable? Or will it divide us, giving a few the power to dominate the many? Every day as quantum networks grow, linking cities, orbiting satellites, weaving a web no one can hack, I feel the weight of that question. It's not just about photons or cables. It's about the stories we tell, the secrets we keep, the world we want to build. Kaku's warning wasn't just about technology. It was about us, about what we'll do when the rules change and the stakes are higher than ever. This is our moment to decide. The quantum internet is here, pulsing through our cities, reaching for the stars. It's a chance to rewrite what security means, to build a world where our digital lives are as safe as our deepest hopes. But it's also a warning, a call to stay vigilant, to ask who holds the keys and what they'll unlock. As these networks spread, from Berlin to New York to the vastness of space, they're not just carrying data, they're carrying the future. And that future, for better or worse, is in our hands.